Test, 1, 2, test. Well, hello, friends. Rainy day we're having this Sunday, but let's talk about worship for a minute. Oftentimes in church settings, we talk a lot about like individual spiritual disciplines, right? We as a church really try to affirm like the Bible, how important it is for your life, that you're spending time reading it, that you're spending time in prayer, that you're just really surrounding your life with worship, right? We as a church have tried to make it very clear that we believe that worship is more than just coming together on Sundays, that worship is like a lifestyle that we live as individuals and that we live as a community. And over the past year, I think it's very normal in the fact that we have gotten to a place where we really value like the individual worship experiences that we should be having with God in our private time, at our house, with our family, with our close friends. Those things are all very important. And the pandemic has made it in such a way that that's kind of all we've got to an extent, right? Many of us don't feel comfortable attending church yet, which is cool. We're with that. We support you in that. That's why we run our live stream every week. But if we're honest, many of us have really struggled with community connection over the past 12 months. And I don't know about you, but I can get to a point, especially in all of this, where it's almost encouraged for me to live this way, where I can really forget the significance of community. I get so used to doing everything, just me, myself, and I, me and my little family, me and my little pod of folks that I've grown comfortable being around during the pandemic. The reality is we were made for more than that. So while we want to absolutely affirm that worship is so much more than just our Sunday times together, while it's so much more than just the expressions that our community has of worship, we also don't want to neglect how significant coming together worshiping is, whether that is online on our stream or whether that's here in person, all spread out in the room, socially distanced, wearing masks, all that good stuff. Like, it's important that we get together. We're going through some really, really hard times right now, and it's not gotten easier. And I know it gets like redundant talking about uncertain times, like this season, all these kinds of things. Like I get it. I hate having to talk about it all the time. Anytime that we're doing a church thing, anytime that we're writing an email, a video, like all these different kinds of things. I'm like over this season of it or whatever. You know, it's a never-ending season at this point. It feels like sometimes. But community is so important. And you and I have to be willing to figure out what it looks like for us to come together and to worship together. The author of Hebrews encouraged the church in Hebrews 10:25 to not neglect coming together for worship. They were in a culture that was just engulfed in individualism, and they refused to try to come together. And the writer says, do not neglect, do not be like those who don't come together with community. Do not be like those who neglect the significance of corporate worship, coming together and praising God as a family. Family is so important. And we understand if you're not ready to join us in person yet, we understand if you want to do the online thing for a while, and we support you in that. We're with you in that. And in fact, we're working really hard so that our online stuff can be even better. We're really hopeful that in the next few weeks, our stream will significantly improve from what it's been. We're hopeful to continue investing time into online resources and content, all these great things. But we just encourage you, participate, join us in these things because we need each other in these times. It's been a year of this, and we still really, really need to lean into one another. So regardless of how you're going to participate, I encourage you, please just participate. Join us in worship. Join us in coming together, praising God, and letting His Spirit fill your heart, your mind, and your soul as we all come together, praising God, remembering how good He is, remembering how He is our rock in a time such as these. And from there, together, we can learn what it means to walk out as a family, as followers of Jesus in times such as this, so that we can be hope and peace for one another and for the city all around us. Let's worship, family. Let's worship.